This is Gemara in Shabbos, Daf Pei Vav. We're holding the Mishnah on the top of Pei Vav and Aleph, 4 lines from the top. The Mishnah continues. Continuing on the theme of Tumah V'Taira, bit of an unrelated topic. Says the Mishnah, how do we know that a woman who's Pailata Shechva Zera on the third day is Tame, meaning even 3 days after the Zera entered her body, still has the potency to make her Tame? Says the Mishnah, how do you know that is true? Shenemar, we have a pasuk that says that prepare for 3 days. Klal Yisrael b'matan Torah prepares for 3 days. Explains our Mishnah. You know why? Because for 3 days the zera can be mitame. Another din. How do we know you let to wash a child if the third day of the Milah, third day after the Milah, falls on Shabbos? How do we know that you let to wash a child, that we deem it sakanas nefashis? Shenemar, Kayavim was the third day, they were in pain. Another din. It's going to be 4 unrelated dinim in our Mishnah. How do you know you tie the strip of red wool on the head of the Sira Mishtaleach? This is the goat on Yom Kippur that is being sent to Lazazel. Shenemar Yuchatechem Veshanim Kashal Yalbinu. Pasuk says Varaverais are Kashanim, and then they will become white like snow. And from there we learn the entire red string, which will turn white. And finally, says the Mishnah, how do we know that in Yom Kippur, Sicha, anointing oneself with oil, has the same din of drinking? And this is part of the Chamei Shinuyim that are also in Yom Kippur, eating, drinking, washing, anointing, wearing leather, of course, and Tasha Shamita, Avabishin, Raya Ladavar, Zech Ladavar. Says the Mishnah, we don't have a clear-cut raya that Sicha is Kishtiya. We have a Zecher. We have a remembrance, literally. What is that? Shenemar says in the Pasuk, Vatavik Hamayim Bekirba Yichem Yatz Maisaf. Pasuk says, like water inside him and oil into his bones. For the fact that the Pasuk considers water at the same level as Shlicha, at the same level as the oil, explains our Mishnah, we see that they are one and the same. Continues the Gemara. Reisha, Deloy Kiravalaz ben Azariah, Seifa, Kiravalaz ben Azariah. Says the Gemara, we have a problem. We like to keep Mishnayos parallel. We like Mishnayos to have one author. Says the Gemara, the Reisha is not like Rav Elazar ben Azariah, and the Seifa is. Why? The Rav Elazar ben Azariah, the first one was like Rav Elazar ben Azariah, Taira Shemani Lei. We know that Rav Elazar ben Azariah holds that 3 days later the Zera does not mitame. The Zera makes her tar. So how do we learn the first 2 dinim in the Mishnah? Says the Gemara, Mantaloi Kamuki Kitanoi, one who does not generally say that the Mishnah is Machlekes Hanayim, Tana Reisha Tahira. It's true. He holds, like you just said, that the first din in the Mishnah is wrong, and it doesn't mean that the Zera will be Matame, rather it means it will be Tahira. That's if you don't want to say it's a Machlekes Hanayim. According to the one that says it is a Machlekes Hanayim, then Reisha Rabbanon, Seifa, Kravlazar ben Azariah. Continues the Gemara. Let's dive a little bit deeper. We're smack in the middle of the Amid. First one in line is V'Seifa. Let's dive a little bit deeper into this din, whether the Zera is Mitame when it leaves the woman's body. Tana Rabbana, we learned in a Brayz of Aleta Shechva Zera be'yoyim hashlishi tahira divra of Lazvan Azariah. That's what we just quoted. Rabbi Yishmael Omer, Pamim Shin Arba Oinais, Pamim Shin Chamisha Oinais, Pamim Shin Sheish Oinais. And Oina is a day or night time period. Says Rabbi Yishmael, you know how long the Zera is Metame? Sometimes it's 4 Oinais, which is 2 days. Sometimes it's 5 Oinais, 2.5 days. Sometimes it is 6 Oinais. Rabbi Kiva Omer, La'olam Chamish, it's always 5 Oinais. V'miyatza mix as Oina Rishaina. And if once part of the first Oina is passed, nice and la mix as Oina Shishes, we give her a part of the 6 oina, and that's how you need, according to Akiva, 5 oinos, and that's how long the zera is going to be mitame. So says the Gemara, what was the source that the Mishnah quoted that the zera is mitame on the third day? The source was Klal Yisrael preparing for Matan Torah. Says the Gemara, Amru Rabbani Kamid Rababa, Vamila Rababa Rava. The Rabbanan said before Rababa, some say Rababa said before Rava, Bish, some of us been as Harya Rabbanan that I understand. The Amri, Hibachamishi Avid Prish. I understand that what? That when were they Pirish husband from wife by Matan Torah? On Thursday. And Rav Yishmael, Rav Yasi Damar Rav Yomid Brisha. Rav Yishmael also Rav Yasi, who says that they began the separation on Wednesday. Ukano was a machlekes, not only when the Torah is given, but when the Prisha period began. Ella, the question is, according to Rav Kiva, they need Chamish Einais. Other Rav Kiva came on. According to Rav Kiva, who says you need 5 Einais, 5 days or nighttime periods. What does he learn the schedule was prior to Matan Torah? Says the Gemara, I'll tell you what Rav Akiva holds. Really, let him Rav Yasi holds like Rav Yasi that the Prisha was on Wednesday. Kidamar, Ravada Barava, Moshe Bashkama, Allah Bashkama Yarhad. Moshe went up to Har Sinai early in the morning and he came down late at night. Bashkama, Allah, he went up early in the morning till Sevi Ashkim Moshe Abba Kirvi Allah Har Sinai. Bashkama Yarhad. So Makish Yerida La Lilam. From the same words that are being used, we have a Hekesh, says the Gemara, between the Yerida, they're going down from Har Sinai to the Aliyah. Ma Aliyah, just like it's clear, then he went up, Bashkama. So too says the Gemara, if Yerida Bashkama, and therefore we can learn that Moshe Rabbeinu on Wednesday before the Shabbos of Matan Torah came down to give and tell Klal Yisrael they have to be Pirish, husband from wife. That was early in the morning, and therefore, because it was early in the morning, there were still Chamesh Einais, the all of Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Chamesh Einais before Matan Torah was, and therefore that's how Rabbi Akiva, who holds that the Polenta Shechva Zera is Chamesh Einais, that's how he's going to learn the Mishnah. Ask the Gemara, I don't understand. 5 lines from the bottom. What is the reason that Moshe had to tell them early in the morning on Wednesday morning? Yisrael Ask the Gemara, I don't understand. We just said that Moshe Rabbeinu had a Vayashkem early in the morning to tell Klal Yisrael this tzivui of Prisha, Ishla Ishtai, so that there would be no Zera that could be Metame. But ask the Gemara, what happened to Klal Yisrael or Kedeshim him? Therefore, husband and wife are not together anyways by day. Answers the Gemara, Amar Rava, the famous line that it's true, Yisrael Kedeshim him. But Hababes Avel, Mutter. If it's in a dark house, it's Mutter. Vamarava Vitim Rapapa, Tamachacham, Abba Talisa, Mutter. Similarly, Tamachacham could be Mapel, can make it dark under his talis and make a Mutter. And therefore, because it's possible, it's not ulcer, it's possible to figure out a way to do it by Yoim. Therefore, Moshe Rabbeinu had to go there early in the morning to tell them to be Pirish. We turn over to Amud Beis, 2 more lines. Ask the Gemara 1 second. But we should have a problem. We should have a problem that according to everyone, what happens is that they're going to have to go to the mikvah Shabbos morning to receive the Torah after being Pirish for, whether it's 4 or 5 or 6 Einais, so that any of the Zera is not Metame. It says the Gemara, they're still at Tvul Yaim. We know that after you go to the mikvah, you still have to wait for Herav Shemesh, the sun to set. Abaye Baravin, Verchinina, Baravin, Dami Tervayu Nina Torah, the Tvul Yaim. It's true, a Chiddush. Klal Yisrael were not perfectly tar by Matan Torah. They were at Tvul Yaim. They were still waiting for Herav Shemesh. Says the Gemara, and with this we conclude. What do you mean to say? Do you mean to say that Torah was actually given to Tvul Yaims, or it was possible? But in reality, no one was actually at Tvul Yaim, for the reason being that they were able to go to the mikvah even earlier. They went on Friday, so when Friday night came, they were perfectly tar for Shabbos morning, Maimon Har Sinai. What Abaye Bar Ravin meant was that it's possible for the Torah to be given to its full Yom. We'll pick it up over here, B'siyata Dishmai.